This video was brought to you by Indently.io, learning Python made simple. How's it going, everyone? In today's video we're going to be talking about deque, which stands for, or means, double-ended queue. And deques are just a generalization of stacks and queues. Deques also support thread-safe and memory-efficient appends and pops from either side of the deque with approximately the same O1 performance in either direction. Now, I just took that directly from the documentation, and I can understand that just reading things does not teach you anything. So what we're going to do next is take a look at how we can use deque in Python with some real examples. Now, first of all, when you are using deque, you need to import it from collections. And in this project, I'm also going to be using the any type. So from typing, import any. Now, first of all, I'm going to be showing you how we can create an empty deque. And we're going to call this d, which will be of type deque, and it will contain any value we want. And all we need to do is use the deque constructor to create a deque. Now, when we print this deque, what we're going to get back is an empty deque. If you want to create a deque with a specific value or a specific data type, all you need to do is preferably change your variable name. That's not required, but I hope you will. And change the data type to the data type that you want to use. Then inside the deque, you can specify some sort of iterable, such as this list of 1, 2, 3. And when you print this, what you're going to get back is a deque with these numbers. So creating a deque is quite simple, but now let's look at some of the common methods we can use with deque, starting with the append and the extend method. So first of all, imagine you want to append an element. All you need to do is type in numbers.append and the element that you want to append, such as 4. Now, the next time you print this, what you're going to get back is a deque with these 4 numbers. And something special we can do here, which we cannot do with a list, is append on the left side. And this is going to be a very common characteristic of deques. So here we need to type in append left and the value we want to append, which in this case will be 5. Then we can print these numbers, and what we're going to get as an output is a deque with 5 inserted at the beginning. Now I'm going to remove both of these and show you how we can use the extend method. So in this case, we're going to type in numbers.extend, and that's going to take an iterable because we are extending the deque with this iterable. So here we can type in, for example, 10, 11, 12. And when we run this, what we're going to get back is the deque extended with that iterable, which is good because we were allowed to insert multiple values this time. And something else we can do is copy and paste that and type in extend left. We're just going to type in 13, 14, and 15. And what you're going to notice is that it's going to insert that at the beginning of our deque. And again, that's what makes this collection type so special. We're allowed to actually add things on the left side with minimal effort. But now imagine you want to remove items from a deque. Well, let's take a look at some of the special methods that allow us to do that. Now, the very first method we will look at is numbers.pop. And when we run this, what we're going to see is that it's going to remove the last element of this iterable. And it's worth noting that when you use the .pop method, you actually get the value back. So you can type in something such as removed of type integer, and that's going to equal numbers.popped. And when you print removed, you will be able to use that value. It's also worth noting that if this deque is empty, you're going to get an error because we cannot pop from an empty deque. And something else we can do is pop an element from the left side. So everything's going to work exactly the same way, except this time we're going to pop from the left side. It's still going to give us back the value, and when we run it, you're going to notice that we're going to get 1 back, and that the deque is only going to contain 2 and 3 because we popped 1 from our deque. And finally, just like with lists, you can type in numbers.remove and specify a value that you would like to remove, such as 2. So that the next time you run this, you're going to have only 1 and 3 back. If you specify a value that does not exist, you're going to get a value error. Now imagine you want to access elements from a deque. Well, that's going to work pretty much the same way as with any iterable. For example, if you want to grab what's at the index of 2, all you need to do is type in your variable name, which is a deque, and insert that index. And it's going to grab that and return it. But it is important to note that slicing does not work on a deque. So if we were to do something like this, we're going to get a type error. If you actually want to make sure this works, you're going to have to convert it to a data type that actually supports slicing, such as a list. Then it's going to work just fine. But moving on, let's take a look at some other useful deque methods. So what I'm going to do is remove all of this and create a new queue, which we have type deque of type string. And that's going to equal the following deque. So what I want to put inside here is Bob, James, and Sandra. And that's just going to make it easier to visualize this as a queue. All you need to do is imagine that these people are standing in line. And one of the first methods we're going to look at is the insert method. We're going to imagine that some random stranger named George wanted to cut the line at the index of 1. So what we're going to do is insert the index and who's actually going there. And now when we print the queue, you're going to notice that George made his way to the second position in the queue. And something else we can do is count the occurrences of a certain element in the queue, such as the occurrences of Bob. And when we run this, we will see that we have one occurrence of Bob. But now imagine something unexpected happened. Bob just pulled out an Uno reverse card. So what's going to happen is we're going to reverse this queue. So queue.reverse, and now when we print this queue, you'll notice that the order was reversed. Now Sandra is at the front and Bob is at the end. Why did Bob do that? No one will ever know. So as you can see, we have a lot of methods that can actually modify this queue. And next we're going to be taking a look at how we can rotate this queue. So just to keep things simple, I'm going to remove this part here. And instead of inserting George each time, I'm just going to put George next to Bob. So as you can see, we have 4 people and we want to rotate this queue. Let's just imagine they're waiting to buy some sort of hot dog. They're waiting at a hot dog stand. Yes. So what we're going to do is use a special method called rotate. And when we print this, you'll see that the queue will have rotated. But there's one major problem here, and that is that the queue is rotating clockwise. Which means, in theory, Sandra was at the front of the line, which makes Bob unfortunate once again. So it's important to note that rot will always rotate it from left to right. And once an element reaches the end of the queue, it will be moved back to the beginning. To fix this, you don't have to fix this, this might be exactly what you want, but to make it so it goes anti-clockwise, we can add -1. Now the next time we run this, you'll see that the queue will rotate and Bob will go to the end of the queue because Bob bought a hot dog and it was so good that Bob wanted to get another one. So he rejoined the queue. And you can really specify any number you want here. If we do -2, it's going to do 2 rotations anti-clockwise, which means everyone's going to rotate 2 places. If you just insert 2, it's going to do it clockwise. Next, imagine that the hot dog stand closes. What you're going to end up with are 4 people who just don't have any reason to be there. So one thing we can do is clear this queue because everyone left and we don't really want anyone to stay in this queue. And when we run that, we're going to get nothing back because I forgot to print it. But when we print the queue, we're going to get an empty deque back because everyone left the queue. And finally, it's time we cover the last feature you should know about deques when using them in Python. So first of all, I'm going to remove all of this and I'm going to rename queue to guests. And we're going to make this a bit smaller because I want to add one optional argument, which is going to be called max length. And here we're going to insert 4. And just to make sure that everything stays on screen, I'm going to remove Sandra. And I changed my mind, I'm actually just going to remove James. But don't worry because James will come back shortly. And what we're going to do now is print our guests. And what you should see is that we're going to get a deque object back with the max length argument specified. And just so I don't forget to print the guests, I'm going to leave it down there. And what we're going to do is append a new person. And that person is going to be called Charlotte. And when we run this, you will notice that we're going to have 4 elements in the deque. But now let's add one more guest, which is going to be called James. What you're going to notice as soon as we add James is that Bob is going to disappear because we specified the max length to be 4. And to put this into perspective, imagine there's a coffee shop that only has 4 seats. So as soon as James enters the store, Bob has to leave because James is actually quite intimidating. But funny enough, we can also type in guests.append left and add Bob. And what's going to happen is that James is going to be pushed outside of the deck. Because Bob forgot something and had to go back into the cafe, James had no more space, so he was pushed out. And no matter what we do, there will always be a 4-person limit. So we can also do guests.extend, and this time we're going to add Chad and Karen. And when we run this, you will notice that Chad and Karen made their way into the cafe, which forced 2 other people to leave. So yeah, that just about covers everything you need to know about decks. I didn't really go over any real world use cases. Just know that if you ever have to work with stacks or queues, this is one of the best options you have in Python because they are thread safe and they are memory efficient, which is great. In the past, I tried to make some optimization videos regarding deque, but that's always a mistake. Usually in Python, I'm really bad at making benchmarks, so I'm not going to promote anything in terms of optimizations. You just need to know that they are incredibly memory efficient and that in some cases it's going to lead to optimizations and that in other cases it's probably going to be the same as if you was a list. Anyway, do let me know in the comment section down below whether you're still confused about anything, but otherwise, with all that being said, as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.